Imagine a group of Ukrainian special forces tiptoeing across the Dnipro River under the cover of darkness. It's like a stealthy game of hide and seek, but with higher stakes. Picture the scene: a serene river, a hushed whisper of the wind, the steady heartbeat of soldiers as they navigate through the dark. Now, imagine the Russian soldiers on the other side, tucked away in their defensive lines, probably dreaming about borscht or playing chess. Little did they know, they were about to be the it in the most intense game of hide and seek they'd ever experienced. The Ukrainian forces, using the element of surprise as their secret weapon, caught the Russian soldiers off guard. It's almost comedic, thinking about how the Russians must have reacted. One moment, they're enjoying their peaceful slumber, and the next, they're in the middle of a surprise party they didn't even know they were hosting. But in this game, the prize wasn't a pat on the back or bragging rights. Instead, it was a significant blow to the Russian defensive lines, a testament to the slow but steady progress of the Ukrainian forces. The Russians, expecting a quiet night, instead got a surprise party they'll never forget. In another corner of the world, we have attack drones buzzing around like pesky mosquitoes. But don't worry, our US Navy warships are armed with more than just bug spray. Just picture this, folks. You're out on a peaceful ocean cruise when suddenly, out of nowhere, a swarm of buzzing mosquitoes descends upon you. Except, these aren't your garden variety bugs, these are one-way attack drones, sent by Iran to cause a ruckus in the Middle East. Sounds like a plot twist from a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But this isn't fiction, it's the world we live in today. Now, you might think these drones spell trouble for our US Navy, but let me tell you, they're more than equipped to handle these buzzing nuisances. Imagine our warships, not with a can of bug spray in hand, but with advanced weaponry like phalanx systems and SM-2 missiles. It's like having a state-of-the-art fly swatter to combat these airborne pests. The rise in drone attacks is certainly changing the operating environment in the region. It's like having a mosquito problem that keeps getting worse each summer. But our Navy isn't about to let these drones ruin the barbecue. Their air defense capabilities are as robust as your Uncle Bob's famous barbecued ribs. And just like Bob isn't afraid to swat away any pesky flies that come near his grill, our Navy isn't afraid to send a strong message to Iran, deterring potential attacks. Despite the drone swarm, the Pentagon remains vigilant and adaptable, ready to safeguard its assets in the face of these evolving threats. In the world of high-tech showdowns, it's not about who has the most annoying mosquitoes, but who has the best bug spray. So while the drones may be a nuisance, our US Navy is swatting them away like a summer barbecue. Take that, pesky drones! Meanwhile, Russia's military strategy in Ukraine is looking less like a well-oiled machine and more like a clumsy ballet dancer trying to perform a pirouette. Picture this: a grand stage, a spotlight, and our dancer Russia gearing up for a flawless performance. Only instead of a graceful twirl, Russia stumbles, fumbles, and nearly tumbles off the stage. Their first misstep? Poor planning. It's as if they bought ballet shoes 2 sizes too small and expected to dance Swan Lake. Just as a dancer can't pirouette in tight shoes, an army can't conquer without a solid plan. And what we've seen is less of a plan and more of a hastily scribbled note on a cocktail napkin. Then there's the faulty intelligence. Imagine our dancer trying to perform while wearing a blindfold. They thought they knew the stage like the back of their hand, but alas, they've underestimated the size, the obstacles, and the slippery spots. Similarly, Russia thought they knew Ukraine, but they've been tripping over unexpected resistance and tripping up their own troops in the process. Finally, the underestimation of Ukraine's resistance is the cherry on this comedy sundae. It's like our ballet dancer, in their arrogance, ignored the other dancers on stage. Ukraine, whom Russia saw as a wallflower, has been performing a riveting routine, catching Russia by surprise and stealing the show. So, while Russia may have entered the stage with grand ambitions, it seems they've been tripping over their own feet. And Ukraine, they're selling front row tickets to this comedy show.